Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Ben Beps and today I'll be reviewing the language learning app called FunEasyLearn. As usual, there'll be a link in the description to FunEasyLearn. I recommend you to download and get it and try it out for yourself. By the way, the footage you see in this video will be from the French course of FunEasyLearn. However, I use it more to do the Italian course because it is more to my level. I study French for A level, so I'm a bit ahead of the content which this app offers for French, and it's more my kind of Italian level, so that's what I use it for. However, what I've recorded is doing the French course. So let's get into some pros for this app, why it is better than other apps and it's a good choice for you, and what just makes it a good app anyway. So starting off with one of the most important things, I think, it has lots of different languages. So it has French and Spanish, obviously the main languages, Chinese as well, Italian as I said, but it also has Catalan and Slovak and other lesser spoken languages like that. So again, like I say, for some other apps this would be a very good app to get if you're learning a lesser spoken language, like I was learning Norwegian a month or so ago. So if you're one of people doing that kind of thing, then this will be a good option for you. It also has 3 different sections, one for the alphabet, so this will be very useful if you're learning, say, Russian, which has a different alphabet to the English alphabet, because you can go through and learn each letter and each different vowel sound, etc. individually. However, you can also go through and learn it in Italian, which is what I'm doing for the Italian alphabet, because although it's the same alphabet as we have, they pronounce certain letters differently, etc. And that is beneficial when learning a different language. You need to get those different sounds of the same letters as in your language into your head, so then eventually you'll gradually improve your pronunciation in your target language. It also has lots of vocab topics, so it has general conversation, learning your greetings, etc. all the way down to mass media, so more advanced vocab. Although it never really gets out of the beginner kind of section, it's never A-level standard or university standard. But it does have lots of different conversation topics, so you can get quite a wide variety of vocab from this app if you want to use it in the form of just a vocab builder and just go through the words section, for example. However, it is very good for beginners. It goes into quite a lot of depth in the beginner vocab section, etc. Has a lot of vocab which is geared towards beginners to try and build up their vocabulary, whilst they are probably learning all the grammar and stuff on a different app, because I don't think it's that good for learning grammar on. But it would definitely be good for a vocab builder for a beginner learner. It has a cool currency feature to purchase hints, so that would appeal to gamers particularly. So if you're a person who learns by playing games, although this isn't exactly a game playing app, you do get money from getting questions right, etc. and then you can purchase hints if you are struggling on a future question. And you also collect XPs, which are just play on words on XP. And I guess that can kind of motivate you as well, because you kind of see your progress in your target language. You can track the amount of days you've spent learning and words that you've learnt with graphs to track this, which is a cool feature which I haven't seen loads of apps have. Obviously a lot of apps have streaks, etc, but to have graphs and stuff saying when you're most prolific learning a language is quite cool as well. Gives you some data to track your learning and helps you visualize how much time and effort you're putting into your target language. It has a cool dictionary type feature as well to search for words, so if you needed a word for, say, an essay or something, you could just go in there and type it and it will come up with a translation. That's something which I haven't really seen done on many other apps either, so this app is good in that sense. It has that which isn't offered by many other apps, and although that might not be the most useful thing when you're actually learning the language in the app, it's definitely useful other times. So instead of downloading a separate translation app, dictionary app, you could just use this app to do that. Right, now time for some cons. It could have more grammar info. As I've said, you probably want to get another app to learn the grammar alongside this app to learn the vocab. So say Babbel to learn the grammar, although Babbel would probably cover a lot of the vocab at the same time, so it's a tricky one which app you get. I'm not sure if there's... Well, it depends on your target language. There might be specific grammar apps out there for your target language. A few months ago now, last year, I did a review of a French grammar app which helped you learn all the different aspects of French grammar and helped you get a bit of vocab and stuff. If you were learning French, you could get that alongside this app to build vocab, or if you're learning Portuguese, there might be a different one for Portuguese. It could design a cleaner logo and app design, although this doesn't matter too much. I always say this in videos, whether it's nicely designed or not nicely designed. It doesn't matter too much, but I think it's more appealing if it's got a nice overall clean layout, and this one could slightly improve that a little bit. It's not the most professional design. It only offers a basis in each language, so the same thing as I've said, it's good for beginners, but it's not good for anybody else. So if you're an advanced learner, you'd be wasting your time on this app. And I think they should expand the courses a little bit more. Instead of just constantly adding more languages until we've got loads and loads, they should go back and improve the French and Spanish ones to add more content, maybe for A-level type people who are further into a language and need higher end vocab, etc. For the Italian course, each lesson is longer than the French course. Okay, so this is something I found a bit weird. When I was doing the French one, per lesson I'd get maybe like 10 new words, which I thought was good. Like, the app was really good with that style. But then all of a sudden, as soon as I got into the Italian course, it was like giving me 45 new words per lesson, and then with review features, etc. And that was just like way too much. I get really demotivated when I'm doing so much in one lesson. So like, oh, do I have to do this again the next day? Whereas if you just have 10 words in a lesson, you could do 2 or 3 of those lessons and still be motivated to do more, just because it's not so much of a slog. So I think they should try and sort that out. So in the Italian course, the lessons are shorter, like the French one. I don't know why it's not like that, it's a bit inconsistent. It's also quite time consuming to just get a basis in a language. There are a lot of different vocab topics which you can do, as I've said, but however, as I've also said, it doesn't really go beyond the beginner level, so you're spending a lot of time to just stay as a beginner in a language. You will get a lot of vocab obviously, but you'd have to put a lot of time into learning grammar on another app, etc. And you will be putting a lot of time into this app just to not really get really far in the language. It also has a review feature, so that's really useful. I say in a lot of different reviews they should make sure that language learning apps have review features, and this app does, so that's definitely a positive. And it acts as like a battery. The percentage goes down of how well you know words, and then you boost it back up by reviewing. I think that's really cool. So overall, I rate this app 3.5 stars out of 5. It's good for beginners, good for people who want to expand their vocab, although not really much more. If you don't fit into those categories, you'd probably best off looking for a different app. And also, it hasn't got the most professional design, etc. Although, saying that, this isn't a bad app at all, and if you are a beginner, this would be an excellent app to start off learning some basic vocab in your target language with. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you found this useful, remember to drop a like. The link to FunEasyLearn is in the description down below. Subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next video. Hasta luego.
Me dice que lo quiere tocar, sé que tú te quieres tocar. Me dice que me quiere amar, solamente quiere jugar. Me dice que lo quiere tocar.